Hey guys, as we all know, Logitech G Pro came out about 2 years ago, September 2022, and they have absolutely failed us. Did not come out with new wheels, so I took it upon myself to take this wheel apart and see if we as the sim racing community can come out with our own solution for this issue. So you'll see me take apart this Logitech G Pro wheel here. It's actually pretty simple. It has 6 screws in the front and 3 Phillips screws in the back. You will need an L-shaped screwdriver, or maybe you have one of those wrenches to get to those screws because 2 of them are under the pedal shifters. So you can see the front was easy, the bottom one is easy to get to. It's not too tight, which is good because you are not going to strip your screws. If you decide to use this wheel for something like, I don't know, go-karts or maybe some kind of Formula cars that use smaller wheels, you can put it back on. The process of taking it apart is pretty non-invasive. I put it back together later on and it works just fine. What you will see is that there's a lot of glue on the inside, but it's not very strong. So for this upgrade, I'm basically trying to replicate my everyday car, a Toyota Camry, for a road car experience, something maybe like the highways on Assetto Corsa, or maybe like just like a regular car in Assetto. I like the idea of the GT4, GT3, and all kinds of different cars, NASCAR. But for this build, I'm trying to replicate a road car because, you know what, I might never drive a Formula car or a GT4 car, and I kind of wanted this wheel to be sort of a practice for my daily driving. So you'll see me also upgrade the pedals, where I took off the Logitech pads, as well as just move the brake to the middle. I installed pretty much a Toyota Camry pedal set on it, raised the pedal on the brake pedal by about 2 inches, spaced them apart by 3 inches, again to kind of give you your regular everyday car feel. So here you see me take out the screws. Okay. Now the moment of truth. So what you will see is the buttons on top are glued both to the back side, the base, as well as the wheel. I was trying to slowly and gently pry it apart. I wasn't really sure what to expect on the inside. I wasn't really sure if this was part of the wheel or if it was part of the back. But again, it's just all held by glue and it's not too strong, so a little bit of pressure makes it come apart. One thing I discovered, and I actually saw somebody take it apart before from pictures on a forum, the D-pad stick cannot go through the hole on the wheel, so you will have to take the screw out from the back of it, which you will see in a few seconds. I was trying to be gentle and take it apart slowly because obviously I didn't want to damage the circuit board or disconnect anything or break any connections. But as I mentioned, when I put it all together, in the end, it worked just fine without any issues. Also, a lot of you guys on the forum were discussing how to create an adapter for the wheel. What you will see in this video is just as a prototype, trying to see if I can make it work. I grabbed like an inch thick wooden coaster that I had. I drilled out 3 holes that would match the wheel and drilled out 2 other holes that matched the steering wheel that I put on it. Obviously not the permanent solution, but it worked. So it's kind of an idea to show you how easy it is to create an adapter and to make it work. What you also notice here on each side, on both sides, the Phillips screws, if you're like me and are not using like a sports wheel from Spark or Momo or something like that, but want to try a regular car wheel, the two screws on each side kind of match what you will see in a bit on a regular road car wheel. So the final version of my wheel for the Toyota, I might just cut out entirely the middle part and just screw it on each side. What's gonna happen is it's actually gonna help you with the weight as well, because you know, like a real wheel from a car, you know, from one of those sports wheels is significantly heavier than the Logitech wheel. The good thing is that we do have those 11 newtons of force in this wheel, so I don't really experience any issues with the regular wheel. Another thing I'll also notice is a regular wheel is bottom heavy, so something to keep in mind. So here you see me release the D-pad again, pretty easy. That spring that's in between the screw and the circuit board is not that strong, so it doesn't really go out flying across the room. It's pretty easy to remove. Again, once I released the wheel, I put it right back on and it worked just fine. It was very easy. But as you can see, you have very little bit of space to work with. So an L-shaped Phillips screwdriver really helps. All right, there you go. It's all apart. There is a spacer in the front that you see. And that's that. There's a little sponge on the wheel that provides a little bit of cushioning, but doesn't seem like a crucial part of the construction. Okay guys, here it is. Just a regular wheel. And also, if you're gonna use a Sparco wheel, obviously these holes are closer together than on a 70 millimeter real car wheel. If you use a strong Dremel, I'm pretty sure you can just drill this setup on a regular wheel. And you know, the holes might overlap a little bit. The Logitech uses the closer setup, it should still keep them in place. So here just showing you on both sides what to expect. Again, it's all held by pretty weak glue, so it's not really a big deal. You have 6 screws in the front, screws in the back, the D-pad, and you have to just pry the glue apart. So if you're curious, here is my prototype that I'm working on. This is a Toyota Camry steering wheel. Again, I just was trying to see if I can make this work on the fly and use the wooden coaster to drill through. Actually, that shape helped a little bit because it adds a little bit of distance. Here are the holes that I was telling you about that you can match with your regular car steering wheel. The regular car steering wheel is pretty much made out of aluminum, so if you have a strong Dremel, you can pretty easily cut through it. For this one, I actually removed the back part. And here's what I did with the pedals. I moved the brake 3 inches to the left, added regular automatic kind of car brake pads and or covers, whatever you want to call them. And I used actually skateboarding spacers. They're basically rubber. I taped them together and drilled through them to give you that regular road car feel, where you have to raise your foot off the gas to kind of get on the brake. I just worried that I was getting bad habits for my daily driving, because obviously in your regular car you have to bring your foot back a little bit. But here, as you can see, the wheel is working, no issues whatsoever. Again, you will probably want to up the force a little bit, the force feedback, if you want to get that, that feedback from the wheels. In this situation, I actually kept it pretty dialed down. I think here I'm at like 2.5, simply because, again, I was trying to mimic a regular car electronic power steering. If you have a hydraulic steering or no power steering, that, you jack up the forces. But it works just fine. What a big difference it is having a large size wheel. I use my girlfriend kind of as a tester, and I will let her drive every now and then to get her reaction from somebody who has been driving for a long time and has no experience with sim racing. And when she drove with this steering wheel on and the pedals, her reaction was literally, "Oh my God, it feels like I'm driving my own car." So that was a positive reinforcement. That was great feedback. Before, she would always, make comments like, "Oh, okay, this doesn't really feel like my car." So here, just wanted to show you all the buttons are working. Obviously, this is not a permanent setup. They're not easy to get to now. But I wanted you to see that it all works and it can be improved over time. Thanks for watching.